It wasn't a moment in particular, it was a season. I knew it would come.
It's time for Whit George to lead this church.
I didn't look at it from, okay, how much do I want to do? How long do I want to go? When do I need to retire? That was never in my thinking, okay? My whole thought was, if I was Whit, how long would I stay here? How long would I stay here as an assistant? Because if I lose him, if he gives up hope of ever getting to lead this church, if he doesn't get to be the leader of this church till he's 60 years old, is that fair of me when so many of his friends his age are pioneering, planting, leading churches, and he doesn't get that chance? And do I want to wake up in 10 years and go find somebody else? And who would it be? And so could I have kept going? Yeah, I could have kept going, but he was ready 2.5 years ago. Three phases, by the way, of how you do a church transition. One is the preparation stage, where you're preparing the leader. The leader has to be an experienced communicator, and the staff has to love him. If the staff doesn't love him, then the church won't love him. Then the easy stage is the celebration, and that was about a 90-day thing, because before we ever made the announcement, we're meeting, having dinners with all of our key leaders, telling them it's coming, we're going to make the announcement, we want you guys to back us when we do. This is your chance to ask questions about what's going to happen when we make this transition. And then the last one's the aftermath, okay? And that's the me getting used to I'm not the guy anymore. And that's tough. So I thought about this, and I thought, the preparation phase is hardest on the successor. The celebration phase is hardest on the church because they're concerned. This is a pastor we love, and we got to embrace a new guy. And the aftermath is the hardest on the founder. You think you know what it's going to be like, but you don't know. You don't know. When you don't have the influence you used to have. You come in, you want to do this guy. I don't even know who's in charge. I don't know which person to go to get this because the church has been so reorganized. I went in to get a cup of coffee the other day, and we don't do coffee anymore. I mean, we do, but it's on demand, and so I didn't know where they put the new machine. So I'm thinking, dear God, are they going to change everything I put down? And it's different. It really is. That's why the founder needs to have something else to do. You don't have something else to do, you're too wrapped up in the church. You got to walk away from the church. You can't have the same kind of influence you always had. You create a two-headed monster when you do that. Now I am still called to that generation, the gospel build generation. Now they're in their 40s, but some of them about to turn 50. I'm helping pastors. I've got three things that I want to do. Number one, I can't get to all of them, but I can travel about 20 times a year and go and preach in their churches. And I love doing that. And I love to go out and encourage them, and they're my target group. Number two, I have a ranch where I bring those guys in a retreat setting where we reach pastors and answer questions, and they've got full access to me for 3 days. And when they're not talking to me, they're talking to each other. We hunt, we fish, but that's just an excuse. The real mission is to get them here, to have fun, just get a chance to ask questions. The third thing is I'm starting a podcast where I'm going to be teaching ministers how to know God. There's a depth of knowing God that I think a lot of young men need, and there's a confidence you can only have when you know God. And that's my mission. I want to teach guys how to know God.